अस्सलामुअलैकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू। मैं जवाब सुनाई नहीं दिया। अस्सलामुअलैकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू। ये शोर बहुत होता है यार, ये शोर मत करो। ये जो मेहमान पीछे बैठे हैं उनको सुनने में तकलीफ होती है। If you want to talk at the back, go outside. Don't talk over there because you disturb those who are trying to listen. Such a beautiful naat was recited and we couldn't hear properly. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Same with the sisters.
हाँ, माँ और बहनों से भी दरखास्त है, खामोश रहें जरा। अगर छोटे छोटे बच्चे हैं तो उनको एक तरफ कर दें, क्रैश में भेज दें, बाहर ले जाएं, लेकिन दूसरों को डिस्टर्ब न करें। लातूज़ी व लातूज़ा। बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। नहमदुहु व नुसल्ली अला रसूलिहिल करीम। अम्मा बाद। But when you have a conference with a lot of speakers, sometimes there is one problem, speeches overlap. Sometimes there is a second problem, times overlap. 20 minutes of my time is gone, so I'll just try to be as brief as possible. Before I start, I just want to... Before I start, I would just like to say one thing about our maktab system. I remember my Hazrat, Naballahu Marqadahu, Wabargada Mawjahu, Hazrat Maulana Yusuf Mutala Sahab, Naballahu Marqadahu, who said people today say लोग बहुत बिगड़ गए हैं, लोग बहुत खराब हैं, लोग ऐसे हैं, लोग ऐसे हैं। अगर लोगों का ईमान देखना है तो शाम को किसी भी मकतब के पास चले जाओ और देखो कि ये औरतें कितने जज्बे के साथ छोटे छोटे बच्चों की उंगलियां पकड़ पकड़ के ला रही हैं और मकतब में उनका ईमान बचाने के लिए कितनी मेहनत कर रही हैं। बेचारी 5 बजे लेने आती हैं, 7 छोड़ने आती हैं, 7 बजे वापस लेने आती हैं। ये निशानी है कि अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह मुसलमानों न घबराओ, खुदा की शान बाकी है, अभी इस्लाम जिंदा है, अभी कुरान बाकी है। तो बेशक हमारी कोताहियां हैं, कमजोरियां हैं, इसमें कोई शक नहीं, लेकिन अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह खूबी गालिब है। अल्लाह पाक हमें इस खूबी को उजागर करने की तौफीक नसीब फरमाए। मैंने ये इसलिए कह दिया कि मुझे पता है मौलाना साहब माइंड नहीं करेंगे। मौलाना साहब का मैं भी उस्ताद होता हूँ, उन्होंने मुझसे पढ़ा है, तो इसलिए मेरा हक बनता है, मैं कह सकता हूँ। अल्लाह पाक हज़रत मौलाना के मलफूज़ात से उम्मत को खूब फ़ायदा पहुँचाए। बहुत मेहनत करते हैं बेचारे, भाग दौड़ करते हैं, लेकिन चूँकि एक मजमे में एक बात आई इसलिए मैंने हज़रत की मुझे एक बात याद आई, वो आपसे अर्ज़ कर दी। दोस्तों बुजुर्गों, my topic today is about saving our iman, faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Iman, Quran Sharif starts with Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin. On the second page, Surah Baqarah, Alif Lam Mim, Zalikal Kitab, La Rayba Fihi, Hudan lil Muttaqeen, Alladhina yu'minuna bil Ghayb, wa yuqimuna as-Salat, wa mimma razaqnahum yunfiqun, والذين يؤمنون بما أنزل إليك وما أنزل من قبلك وبالآخرة هم يوقنون أولئك على هدى من ربهم وأولئك هم المفلحون. After a few verses, يا أيها الناس اعبدوا ربكم الذي خلقكم والذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون الذي جعل لكم الأرض فراشا والسماء بناء وأنزل من السماء ماء فأخرج به من الثمرات رزقا لكم فلا تجعلوا لله أندادا وأنتم تعلمون. It's all about Iman. And Time after time, Allah reminds us about Iman, about Anbiya Kiram alayhimus salam who came for the work of Iman. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala later on talks about Ibrahim alayhi salam. إِذْ قَالَ لَهُ رَبُّهُ أَسْلِمْ قَالَ أَسْلَمْتُ لِرَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. Ibrahim alayhi salam had Islam, submission to the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah goes on. وَإِلَهُكُمْ إِلَهٌ وَاحِدٌ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا هُوَ الرَّحْمَنُ الرَّحِيمُ. This is da'wah, claim. Your ilah is but one ilah. There is no ilah but He. He is Ar-Rahman, He is Ar-Rahim. This is the claim. One ilah, one Allah, one God. Not two, not three, not four, not five, not 10, not 100, not 1,000, not million, not billion, not trillion. Only one. And what is the dalil of this? Next time. إن في خلق السماوات والأرض واختلاف الليل والنهار والفلك التي تجري في البحر بما ينفع الناس وما أنزل الله من السماء من ماء فأحيا به الأرض بعد موتها وبث فيها من كل دابة وتصريف الرياح والسحاب المسخر بين السماء والأرض لآيات لقوم يعقلون. In this ayat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned all the logies, astrology and geology and zoology and windlogy and this logy and that logy, whatever logy you can think of, everything is mentioned in here. On this one verse, whole volumes have been written in explaining this. In the creation of the heavens and the earth, in the alternation of the day and night, and in the ship that sails through the sea, laden with goods which benefit people, and the water which Allah sent down from the skies, and with it He brought the dead earth back to life, and the animals and creatures which Allah has scattered all around the world, and in the veering of the winds, and in the clouds which are subjugated between the heavens and the sky, are signs for people who have intellect, understanding, aqal, intelligence. May Allah give us some understanding. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describes Himself in the Quran who He is. In Surah Al-Baqarah, same surah, we read Ayatul Kursi. What is Ayatul Kursi? Allah describing Himself. Allahu la ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul qayyum. La ta'khudhuhu sinatun wa la nawm. Lahu ma fi as-samawati wa ma fi al-ard. Man dha alladhi yashfa'u 'indahu illa bi'idhnihi. يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم. This is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, Allah is Allah. You read Quran. I've just covered a few ayah from Surah Baqarah. You read the other surahs, surah upon surahs, verses upon verses. Quran talks to you. Quran will tell you who Allah is. هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو عالم الغيب والشهادة هو الرحمن الرحيم هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار المتكبر سبحان الله عما يشركون هو الله الخالق البارئ المصور له الأسماء الحسنى يسبح له ما في السماوات والأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم. Allah Himself describes Himself. So, you now have a little bit of description of Allah in His own words. I'm not doing bayan. Allah is talking. Allah's kalam is being related to you. Today, sadly, we live in an era where kufr is stronger than ever. For that reason, we have to come up with explanations, evidences, proofs, dalail, in order to convince those who are having doubts about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Those who are denying altogether, they might have crossed the line. Allah knows, is there any point of return for them or not? We make dua, Allah guides them. Allah opens their hearts. If on one side there are 23% leaving, then there are 23% entering Islam as well. Allah is Allah. This world belongs to Allah. Allah looks at the hearts and minds. Allah shapes the hearts and minds. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guides whom He wills. Allahu yajtabi ilayhi man yasha wa yahdi ilayhi man yunib. Innaka la tahdi man ahbabta walakin Allah yahdi man yasha wa huwa a'lamu bil muhtadin. Everything is Allah. The whole universe is Allah's. Everything belongs to Allah. You and I, we belong to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, if some people are denying, it's their choice. We will, if they want to talk, we will talk to them. We will talk to them in their language. And if they really want to understand, they can understand. But that wantonness, that desire should be there. That denial, objection, stubbornness, ziddipana does not get you anywhere. Get rid of that ziddipana. Get rid of that stubbornness. Bring some humility in you. Be humble. Try to listen to the other party. Many books written on there. I have this very nice book, Faith and Reason Dispelling Doubts, written by Hazrat Maulana Asim Khan Sahab, who's a graduate, who's a doctor, and after his doctoral MBBS degrees, he became an alim. He used to live in Bradford, and then he started his courses over there, lessons, and he did his final 2 years with Shaykh Salim Dorat Sahab in Leicester. And mashallah, very knowledgeable person. So he talks in this book from the aqli side, logical side. He brings in the objections and answers them, and he gives the logical proofs. If you can get this book, read it, inshallah it will open your mind. Today, I cannot go into what's in that book. I just want to answer a question. Why should we believe in God Almighty? क्यों माने अल्लाह? उसका जवाब ठंडे दिल से हम ये देंगे. Because believing in Allah is perfectly logical. We all believe in many things. Many things which we have not seen. For example, cities, incidents, stories. Even atheists believe in their own theory. There is no observable evidence for evolution, but they just go on and on and on and on about it. It's just a theory, but they are believing in it. So rather than believing in the atom and the collision, why not believe in Allah as the creator? Rather than believing in science, why not believe in Quran, the word of Allah, in its most purest forms, preserved from day one when it was revealed onto the heart of Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam by Allah through Jibreel, transmitted through the Sahaba and their followers until today, and is preserved by memorization, not by an individual or a few individuals, rather thousands of Sahaba and hundreds of thousands of Tabi'een and millions of Huffaz today in this day and age. And that word Allah is speaking in there. I just quoted a few ayah in front of you. Why can't you believe in the Quran rather than the science theory which it's putting before you? Rather than trusting the discovery of the scientists, why not trust in the words of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, as-sadiqul masduq, who always spoke the truth and truth was spoken to him. He never lied and he was never lied to. He always spoke the truth and Allah always told him the truth. So, this is your number one answer. Why believe? Because it is perfectly logical to believe. We all believe in many things. Let me ask you about the theory of the Big Bang. You believe in it. Has someone seen the Big Bang? They say, no, it happened millions and billions of years ago. Okay. So what is Big Bang? Well, two atoms collided, bang, and the whole universe came into existence. So I asked them, has anyone seen those atoms? No, nobody's seen that atom. Jazak'Allah Khair is invisible, nobody can see it. And is this logical that two things which are atoms, Jazak'Allah Khair, minute, very small, they collide and such a huge universe comes out of there? Is that logical? If you ask a simple layman, he will say, nah, that's not understandable. You know, it's like someone says to you that outside on the main road, there was a huge collision between two cars and a beautiful Mercedes came out of it. That crash produced a beautiful Mercedes. Do you believe that? Is that logical? It defies logic. It's beyond logic. It's illogical. But people are just going on and on about it. And there's people who believe in it. Okay, you can believe in it. But we sitting over here in this hall, we are Alhamdulillah Muslims. And we have the sound mind and the noor of Iman in our hearts, which guides us, which lets us think properly. And we know that this can't be right, that two things collide and the whole universe comes into existence. So, you know, once I was talking to this young kid, trying to explain to him, and I said this to him, but he said, no, you're talking like a parrot. I said, my friend, I'm not talking like that. You're talking like a parrot. Where did you get this from? Well, in the school, in the philosophy lessons, professor told us. Well, where did the professor get it from? And it will end up somewhere who meet this theory. And you know, my friends, where such people get mixed up? They get mixed up between theory and fact. There's a world of difference between theories and facts. Theories are what people think and put forward. Fact is the reality. Theories can be wrong, facts can't be wrong. When Allah and His Rasul say something, Allah is the creator of the whole universe. It's a fact. What Allah says is a fact. It is true. Allah's words are true. قُلْ صَدَقَ اللَّهُ وَمَنْ أَصْدَقُ مِنَ اللَّهِ قِيلًا. So, You have to keep this point in mind. I said, but Quran says this. There are many. He said, how can we know that Quran is true? I said, Quran is preserved in its own pure form from day one, millions of hafiz of it. He said, well, other books are memorized as well. So and so professor memorized so and so book. I said, my friend, that's an individual. How big was that book? Maybe a small book. Quran is 800 pages. Small kid who doesn't understand Arabic, he memorizes it. This is proof. Allah puts that in his heart and mind. Allah has preserved that Quran, and the Quran tells us of the facts. Quran is not a theory, Quran is a fact. Anyhow, number 2, why should we believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Because it's Allah's hukm. Allah's hukm. Allah said, فَآمِنُوا بِاللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ وَالنُّورِ الَّذِي أَنزَلْنَا وَاللَّهُ بِمَا تَعْمَلُونَ خَبِيرٌ. And you go, Quranic ayat, word. الذين يؤمنون بالغيب والذين يؤمنون بما أنزل إليك وما أنزل من قبلك آمن الرسول بما أنزل إليه من ربه والمؤمنون كل آمن بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله لا نفرق بين أحد من رسله وقالوا سمعنا وأطعنا غفرانك ربنا وإليك المصير. Number 3, all intellectual believe, and they have been believing. You take Sir Isaac Newton, he used to believe in God. Allama Shibli Nawani Rahmatullah alayhi has written in his book Ilmul Kalam that Sir Isaac Newton was a very intelligent person. And he lived in UK, so he followed the Trinity. If Tawheed had reached him, he would have accepted Islam. He would have become a Muslim. Said why? Because he believed that this universe has only one creator, and that is the one who deserves to be worshipped. I read in this book about Aqaid by this Burmese doctor, Hazrat Maulana Bilal Sahib Ahmad Bakhtat, who brought that book from somewhere, and very nice book. The writer relates one incident that Sir Isaac Newton had instructed a craftsman to build a miniature model of the universe in such a way that if you move one planet, all the planets start rotating in their orbit, round and round. ऐसा एक मॉडल बनाया था कि एक प्लैनेट को घुमाएं तो सारे प्लैनेट जो है घूमने लगे. Zameen bhi, Suraj bhi, Chand bhi, everything going round and round. So he had a large table when he used to work. Sometimes he would play with that, moving, and they would keep rotating for a bit, and he would look at it. One of his friends came who used to deny the existence of God Almighty. So they had a chat, and then he looked at it, and he touched it, and they all started going round and round in their orbit. He said, wow, this is a masterpiece. And he said, who made it? Now Sir Isaac had started writing something. And Sir Isaac said, no one. So he said, what? You making fun of me? Who made this? Sir Isaac deliberately kept on writing and said, no one. And for the third time, he said, are you making fun of me? You were angry. So Sir Isaac looked up and he said, my friend, if you're not ready to believe that this small sample miniature model can come into existence without someone making it, then how do you believe that the original one came into existence without someone making it? ये बनाने वाले के बगैर वजूद में नहीं आता, तो ओरिजिनल है वो बनाने वाले के बगैर वजूद में कैसे आए? उसके पीछे भी कोई बनाने वाला है, वो बनाने वाला अल्लाह है. इंटेलेक्चुअल्स जो होते हैं, समझदार होते हैं, मानते हैं. Sir Albert Einstein, he was a member of the Jewish community. He used to believe in God. Great scientist, discoveries. Professor Lenny of France used to say, when I look at the management and the orderly manner of the universe, I see that the sun has been rising at a particular certain time and setting at a certain time for thousands of years. There's no accidents in the universe. No accidents between the stars, the sun and the moon. They are all orbiting in there. And I see the nizam and the organized manner of the earth, the creatures which Allah has made on the earth, God has made on the earth. This compels me to believe that there is someone behind it who is extremely knowledgeable and who is extremely wise. He knows everything, he does everything with wisdom, and who is extremely powerful. And through his power, he is controlling everything. He did not just create this, he is also controlling everything. So the intellectuals, they used to believe that there is someone behind it who created everything. And if we look at the intellectuals among Sidhe-Sade people, simple people, they'll give you simple dalil. Like you heard that dalil of that Bedouin who was asked about dalil for God. And he said, Al-Ba'ratu tadullu ala al-ba'ir, wa asaru al-aqdam tadullu ala al-masir. فالسماء ذات الأبراج والأرض ذات الفجاج والبحر ذات الأمواج كيف لا تدل على اللطيف الخبير. मीनिंग नहीं बता रही है कि यहाँ से कोई ऊंट गुजरा है, निशानात कदम बता रहे हैं कि यहाँ से कोई इंसान गुजरा है. इतना बड़ा चौड़ा चक्रा आसमान, सूरज चांद सितारों वाला, इतनी बड़ी फैली हुई जमीन, कुशादा रास्तों वाली, और ये मौजे मारने वाला, थपेड़े मारने वाला समंदर, क्या ये तुझे नहीं बताता कि इसके पीछे को बनाने वाला है? This old lady was making her bread, roti with the balan, and this philosopher asked her, what is your dalil for wujud of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? And she took that balan, that rolling pin, and shot it, threw it at him, and he ducked and he just missed him. And he said, बेवकूफ उल्लू का पट्टा, ये बकरी के पेट में मीनी तू पैदा करता है कि तेरा बाप पैदा करता है? This system in the stomach of the goat, who made that system? That the goat eats the grass, and from one side comes the urine, from other side comes the dropping, and from the other side, labanan khalisan sa'iran lisharibin, pure white milk, no color of the droppings, no smell of the urine, pure white milk from that same factory, from that same stomach. Who made that system there? You think, my friend. Imam Fakhruddin Razi rahmatullahi alayhi has mentioned in his tafsir, and Ibn Kathir quoted it in his tafsir in the third ruku or the second ruku, and the Ya ayyuhan nasu u'budu rabbakum alladhi khalaqakum, quotes from the four imams regarding dalail of wujud bari ta'ala. Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullahi alayhi was asked about dalil of wujud bari ta'ala. And Imam Sahab rahmatullahi alayhi said, wait a minute, main jara ek baat soch raha hu, I'm just into thinking something. Someone just told me that, over there on the seaside, there were trees, and suddenly the trees, cut themselves and got together, formed a ship, and the ship is automatically laden, and the ship is now going back and forth to the other side with goods. There is no sailor on it, no captain on it, no one to load the goods. He's taking the goods from here and there, back and forth. And the Dhariya said, Imam Sahab, are you out of your mind? And Imam Sahab rahmatullahi alayhi said, जब एक छोटी सी कश्ती खुद वजूद में नहीं आ सकती, खुद नहीं आ जा सकती, तो इतनी बड़ी दुनिया की कश्ती कैसे खुद वजूद में आ गई, खुद चल रही है? Imam Shafi'i rahmatullahi alayhi, what is your dalil? He said, my dalil of Allah's wujud is shahtut ka patta. The leaf that is on them wild berries. The goat eats it, produces milk. The deer which produces musk eats it and produces musk. The honeybee eats it and produces honey. And the leaf is one, but you see the effects different. This is because someone above has designed it in that manner. He's made those creatures and they eat, and in that they have that system which creates these things. Imam Malik rahmatullahi alayhi took dalil of wujud Bari Ta'ala bi ikhtilaf al-aswat wal-naghamat wal-lughat. In Surah Al-Rum, Allah said, وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ خَلْقُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَاخْتِلَافُ أَلْسِنَتِكُمْ وَأَلْوَانِكُمْ إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَآيَاتٍ لِلْعَالِمِينَ. People are different, colors are different, faces are different, languages are different. This is a dalil that Allah is making everyone. Imagine just a small face of diameter of 2 say people will not have the same features, same looks. If we see twins, sometimes Allah shows us. We get mixed up who is who. But even then, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala places a slight difference in them, and the parents can recognize who is Ibrahim and who is Ismail, who is Aisha and who is Khadija. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if everything came into existence on its own, then it would be like that factory which produces some material, and you set it on one program and the material has the same pattern on it, rolls upon rolls, rolls upon rolls. Everyone will be like pigeons. Pigeons are all same. No difference in there. We can't recognize one pigeon from the other. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not make that system. Allah's wisdom in order to make our lives easy for us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made all these differences among human beings. Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal rahmatullahi alayhi is asked about the meal. He said, this person took 6 eggs of hen, murgi ke ande liye, or 6 eggs of duck, batakh, or a murgi ko us par bithaya. The chicken sat on it and hatched it. After some time, all the eggs were hatched and 6 chicks and 6 ducklings came out. Now they all think they are siblings. The chicken feeds them. Now the chicken took them to drink water to the water pond nearby. The 6 chicks stood there. They knew that they will drown if they go in the water. But the ducklings jumped in the water and started swimming. Who taught them that if you go you will drown, and who taught them you going you can swim? الَّذِي أَعْطَى كُلَّ شَيْءٍ خَلْقَهُ ثُمَّ هَدَى. These were intellectual people. So, another reason why we should believe is, when we see someone who is intellectual, who teaches us something good, then we should listen to them, believe in them. 4th reason we should believe in God Almighty is 90% of the world's population believe in God Almighty. 90% can't be wrong. Whether they are Muslims, Jews, Christians, Hindus, Buddhists, whatever name they give to the one and Almighty, but He is there. Because it's innate. Allah Pak has put it in the fitrah of every human being to believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فَأَقِمْ وَجْهَكَ لِلدِّينِ حَنِيفًا فِطْرَةَ اللَّهِ الَّتِي فَطَرَ النَّاسَ عَلَيْهَا وَإِذْ أَخَذَ رَبُّكَ مِنْ بَنِي آدَمَ مِنْ ظُهُورِهِمْ ذُرِّيَّتَهُمْ وَأَشْهَدَهُمْ عَلَىٰ أَنفُسِهِمْ أَلَسْتُ بِرَبِّكُمْ قَالُوا بَلَىٰ. Am I not your Rabb? And everybody said that yes, you are. Why did Allah do this in Alami Arwah? To make it easy for us. Because if Allah had put it on us to investigate and then believe in Allah, then people would have had lots and lots of differences. They wouldn't have minute differences, lots of differences. Allah put it inside our hearts and minds that He is there. This natural fitrat comes out at the times of calamity. And Quran mentions this. حتى إذا كنتم في الفلك وجرين بهم بريح طيبة وفرحوا بها جاءتها ريح عاصف وجاءهم الموج من كل مكان وظنوا أنهم أحيط بهم دعوا الله مخلصين له الدين لئن أنجيتنا من هذه لنكونن من الشاكرين فلما أنجاهم إذا هم يبغون في الأرض بغير الحق يا أيها الناس إنما بغيكم على أنفسكم متاع الحياة الدنيا ثم إلينا مرجعكم فننبئكم بما كنتم تعملون. صدق الله العظيم. When you're in the ship, a storm strikes, the ship is about to sink. You call no deities, no Buddha, no idol. You only turn to Allah. Everybody screams, Oh Allah, Oh Allah. If the pilot said, The plane's engines have failed. We are in a free fall. Put your seatbelts on. Everybody will say, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Where does that God come from? It's inside. You try to suppress it. You try to deny it. But it's there and it comes out. So, this is why we should believe in Him. And finally, why should we not believe in Him? Answer me this question. What is the reason for not believing in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Whatever you come up with are mere objections, not dalail and proofs. If you were to say if God is merciful, then why is there so much suffering around the world? This is an objection. It's not an evidence. It's not a dalil. And in a da'wah you need dalil. When you claim something, you have to provide evidence. This is not a proof. And people have given answers to this. Read Hamza Zorti's, our brother's work. His Divine Reality, very nice book. He's talked about it in there. So, finally, I want to move on because time is finishing. Alhamdulillah, we've covered some dalail from naql, narrations, and some dalail and evidence from aql and logic. If you really want to know more, you're in doubt, read some books. Books of Imam Ghazali. Read some nice articles on, internet about existence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You will find haqq, inshallah. If you really want to find haqq, you will definitely find it. If you are in doubt, turn to Allah. Turn to Allah and pray. Salam. Allah, please guide me. I'm having doubts. Help me. Allah will help you. I can't help you. I can't, change you, change your mind. But Allah will help you and Allah will guide you, inshallah. I will close on a few points. What should we do in order to preserve our iman? 5-6 points. Number 1, we are believers, do shukr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That Allah has given us iman, right? Shukr upon Allah's ni'mat is wajib. Iman is also a ni'mat. Do shukr of Allah. Allah said, لَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ. If we do shukr upon iman, Allah will increase our iman. Every day, thank Allah. Oh Allah, I thank you for giving me iman. Oh Allah, I thank you. Allah, tera shukr. तूने मुसलमान घराने में पैदा किया. तूने ईमान की सी नियमत से नवाजा. Number 2, avoid fisq and fujur. They say, al-ma'asi barilul kufr. When you sin excessively, then the sins bring kufr. Allah's Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, La yazni zani hina yazni wa huwa mu'min. Wa la yasriqu as-sadiq hina yasriq wa huwa mu'min. ولا يشرب الخمر حين يشربها وهو مؤمن ولا ينتهب نهبة يرفع الناس إليه فيها أبصارهم حين ينتهبها وهو مؤمن. 4 sins. Shaykh Yunus said, in my study of hadith, it is only these 4 sins upon which I find the wa'id and warning of iman being snatched away and taken away. When zina is committed, iman goes out of the heart. When sharab and alcohol and drugs are taken, iman goes out of the heart. When you steal someone's property, iman goes out of the heart. When you commit daylight robbery and loot someone, iman goes out of the heart. They say it goes out of the heart, stays on top like an umbrella. When you finish that act, it comes back. But it's very weak. It's not got the strength to push you to masjid, to push you to wudu, to push you to musalla, to push you to zikr and tilawah. Very weak iman. So, second advice is avoid sin. Most of the time when people leave iman, the reason is they've always been watching movies, YouTube, God's channel, this channel, that channel, shubuhat, listening to those 2 brothers who are there always blah 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 blah, accusations on deen, iman, Islam. Why do you watch this filthy stuff? Have some ghayrat on your iman. Leave all this. You yourself are putting your iman at risk. Have some haya, have some sharaf. So avoid all types of fisq and fujur and material which can annihilate and wipe out your iman. Number 3, be punctual on amal salihah. Pray your Fajr namaz properly. Zuhr, Asr, Maghrib, Isha. Turn to Allah. Read some Quran on a daily basis. Do some zikr azkar. Read some Durood Sharif. And number 4, stay connected. Stay in a good environment. Stay around good people. And if you have some doubts, go and meet someone. Talk to them. They will help you. And finally, number 5 or number 6, whatever it is, get bayat to a shaykh. And practice on the ma'amulat which your shaykh gives you. Stay connected with him on WhatsApp, text message, email, phone, and ask him regularly for du'as and tawajjuh. His tawajjuh, his du'as, the silsila, the mashayikh and their du'as will benefit you and keep you strong on your deen iman. Be punctual on the ma'amulat which your shaykh gives you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq to do so. Finally, learn about Allah's 99 names, Asma'i Husna, Allah's sifat, Allah's love for the creation, and Allah's muhabbat, and Allah's mercy, which is showering upon us every day, 24/7. He created us, He looks after us, He feeds us, He provides for us, He protects us. Turn to Allah, believe in Him, inshallah, He will find the right way. May Allah keep me steadfast on deen iman, keep us all sitting over here steadfast on deen iman, keep our children, our progenies steadfast and strong on deen and iman. May Allah accept this Islamic Dawah Conference, reward Maulana Fazlul Islam and his brothers, and make it beneficial for the whole community. Jazak'Allah for inviting me, giving me the opportunity. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Wa sallallahu wa sallam ala sayyidina Muhammad wa alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in.